So, welcome back to the continuation of What If Zuko is the Avatar, and in this part, we'll be discussing what happened in the last, and we'll continue. So, let's get into the What If. So, to recap, Team Avatar has just left the Northern Water Tribe, and they have arrived in Omashu, and a new villain will also arrive, which is Azula. So let's head into the story. Team Avatar with Zuko has arrived in Omashu, seeing that the place is captured. Zuko is shocked at this, seeing how the Fire Nation never stops to take over many places of the Earth Kingdom. Sokka and Katara also feel saddened by this, but Sokka realizes, like in canon, he has a plan to reclaim this land. So, he tells them the idea of forming a fake disease. Zuko says that idea seems a bit crazy, as Zuko thinks that they should strategically take them out by fighting. Iroh says, I think we should go along with Sokka's idea, as he may have a reason for that. So the group decides to go with Sokka's idea. So they then go to Omashu, where they meet a group, and they cause widespread panic with the Pentapox. So they head further into Omashu, where they plan together to find where they are keeping Bumi. So they eventually do find Bumi, and since Azula is not there, as Zhao was likely the one to have Bumi captured, along with strongly being guarded. One of the people from the group say that Bumi is kept in the palace, so the group decides to go. They then head up there, where they have 4 Fire Nation guards guarding the entrance. Sokka then says they should sneak attack, as Zuko could earthbend to stop them. So Zuko follows the order, where he uses earthbending and launches them up in the air with earthbending as they go down. They head inside, where more guards await. A Fire Nation guard says, "Did you see that attack?" "Yes, I did. It looks like we got some intruders trying to find Bumi." Zuko suddenly appears, using a firebending blast to knock them down, with their last words saying, "Zuko, I thought he was taken care of by Zhao." They then eventually head further, where Bumi's locked in a cage. "Don't worry, Bumi, we'll get you out," says Zuko. Bumi responds, saying, "It's time," as he uses earthbending to destroy the cage. The group is shocked at how Bumi did not need help at all, but then Bumi said, "You always have to wait for the right time to escape, which I was waiting for you." So Zuko learned waterbending, and Zuko bends water below, showing his ability to bend water. So Zuko has all 3 elements mastered. We're just missing air. Bumi responds, "We could go to one of the air temples, but the only problem is how will we get there, as the closest ships will take us is still too far away from the temples. Closest temple is the Eastern Air Temple, but maybe we could use Earthbend to get us there." So Bumi says it is best to start preparing for the war now, as after we master airbending, we could start planning for it. And I think there is a guru in the Eastern Air Temple, which you could talk to for him to master air and the Avatar state. So this could be the final step in winning the war, as Sozin's comment is close. Bumi then says, "Well, I will wait until you guys are ready, so I will just stay in guard Umashu, and I might get captured again, but I will escape." So the group decides to depart, and they then decide to go to the Eastern Air Temple. After that, They depart on a ship. A bruised Fire Nation guard hears where they are going, which is the Eastern Air Temple. They say, I wonder where that could be, but I have to get this information immediately to Ozai. After that, they then think about how they're going to the Eastern Air Temple, but Zuko thinks to himself, he might use a combination of earth bending and fire bending to get up there, Zuko tells Iroh. After that, days have passed, and they are really close to the temple, but there is a person with a mini Fire Nation army far away, and will be arriving in 4 to 5 days, which is an estimated time. That is Azula. This time, Ozai tells Azula where they are headed, and decides the best point of action is to give Azula war balloons and a few tanks to go along with 2 friends, which are Ty Lee and Mai. Ozai says if you come back successful, you will finish what past Fire Lords could not have accomplished. Do not let that be you, says Ozai. Azula accepts the challenge and departs, setting sail for the Eastern Air Temple, and also using the war balloons. Danger lurks for Team Avatar. Now, within the next 5 to 10 hours, the group arrives below the Eastern Air Temple, wondering how they will traverse the environment. So the thing is, they never stated how steep the mountain is in Avatar, or if there is a pathway. So let's assume there is a path to climb up the mountain. However, for Zuko to climb up the mountain faster, Zuko guides Sokka, Katara, and Iroh using earthbending, and after a physically intensive hiking experience, they have finally made it up the mountain, and they are really exhausted. Sokka says, I'm never doing that again. The group laughs it off as they take a break, and after that, eventually walk again to find the Guru meditating, knowing the group would eventually figure out how to get up to the mountain. So the Guru says, I think you are here to master earbending and master the Avatar state. It is an intensive process. Zuko says, I'm ready for whatever it takes to beat the Fire Lord. The rest of the group, including Sokka, Katara, and Iroh, just take a break. Zuko says they will start tomorrow because he is exhausted. After a day passes, Azula is very close to the Eastern Air Temple with an approximated time of arrival would be a day and 12 hours. Once Zuko gets up, the Guru explains the first part of training is to drink onion and banana juice, and Zuko is not used to the intense taste of the drink and thinks it's nasty. The Guru then says, you would have to get used to it, trust me, he says. Zuko then sits on the floor, and through all the meditation practice with Uncle Iroh, it is not that bad. The first thing we have to do is unlock all chakras. That will unlock airbending and control over the Avatar state. So, a quick break from the story, as I think the hardest chakras for Zuko to unlock will be the Thought Chakra and Earth Chakra, because Zuko has been scarred by his father at a young age, and there's a lot of tension between them. So Zuko unlocks all other chakras, but has a harder time with the Thought Chakra as he has some attachments and the Earth Chakra. But after a strong mental battle, he unlocks the Thought Chakra, but is unable to unlock the Earth Chakra. So, after an intensive day of training, Zuko decides to sleep. In the morning, he thinks to himself that he can airbend now. And after that training session, he becomes calm, pushes his hand back, causing an intensive gust of wind to appear. And he thinks to himself that he learned airbending. But the guru says, you're not done with your training just yet, as you eventually will have to face your fear and unlock the earth chakra. Zuko then says, I will unlock that chakra eventually, just not now. The guru says, have a good day, and walks away. So, in the distance, they eventually see tanks climbing up in the mountain with a few war balloons in the sky. Zuko says, whoever Ozai sent here will be taken care of, but it could be Zula. After that plan, they then decides they will be using bending to knock out the ships and tanks. With Azula eventually using fire jets to jump down for an emergency landing on the side of the mountain. The battle sparks on, but we will be saving that for the next part of the What If, and I hope you guys enjoy this video with a little audio change, and that is basically it. Honestly, for this What If, it seemed like there will be another 3-4 parts, as Zuko has practically mastered all elements. They just need to plan out the